Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got a 23 Genesis Gv70 3.5 liter. Customer complaint here is engine light on, vehicle vibrating and shuddering while accelerating. Feel as though it's dragging as well. Gears slipping out. So anyway, I did my full system scan and I found that there was a code um, for the solenoid for the transmission. So before doing all this video um, recording, I just went for a test drive, right? Just to make sure that it's happening. I don't want to make a video that is not happening. So anyway, I went for a test drive and it happened to me. It went for a check engine light. It was flashing, and then it went to the default, right, limp mode. It's stuck on fifth gear. So in here, that's our code here, the P076800 shift solenoid valve D electrical for an ODC. So that's for the solenoid for the clutch for this for an ODC, right? So what happened on this was it was driving fine for me, and then all of a sudden I hear a clunk or a thump, like tug, and then that's it. It went fifth gear. And every time I go drive or reverse, let's say I stand still on a parking lot, reverse, it gives me a thump or thud, something like that. So I did try to do actuation test just to make sure, because before that happened to me, all the solenoids that I was monitoring was working fine. So we can go back here. I did recorded that data. So let me just pull this up. So I'm gonna graph that. So as you can see here on my graphing, here's our concerned solenoid as per the code, the valve D or something like that. I still have some reading there, right? And it changes normally, right? You see that drop there. So far on this driving mode here was working fine. It was shifting no problem until it hit in here. So this is the time that all the solenoids went zero, and as you can see there, I guess that's the default mode. When something is wrong, it's gonna go zero everything. It's gonna shut off the driver output from the computer, right, for different solenoids. So that's around 59 kilometers per hour. But did I hit another 59? Maybe it's speed specific, because right now that's 59. Well, on 59 on this side here, it didn't happen to me. Only this guy here. That's 63. Where's this? When did it happen? That's 0. That's 59. Yeah. And there's a slight blip there. I don't know. It's either maybe I went for a acceleration and. But anyway, so that's where am I right now. Where I'm at right now. I tried to do an actuation test, but it won't let me earlier. So I'm gonna try to see. I'm ignition on right now, because I just wanna see if I can do that. So where's my solenoid? Here's my solenoid here. They're all zero. I'm gonna try the valve A first. I'm gonna put start. It failed. So it won't let me do that, which is not good, because I don't know if if our computer is not capable of sending that commands. So I tried to clear the code. but it still doesn't want me to do that active test. At least with that, I know that my computer is capable of sending that signal, activating the solenoid, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I really want to do the active test. So even if I'm gonna start the vehicle right now, as you can see right now here, current gear and park, next gear at fifth gear. So if I'm gonna start the vehicle right now, I heard that tatag. My solenoids are not doing anything. Where's my solenoids here? Yeah, it's all zero here. Um, okay, so yeah, it's all zero, the reading there. I don't know if it's temperature related too. So what we're gonna do first is, so I'm just gonna, where's my gear? So that you guys can see. If I'm gonna go reverse, that's in reverse. I get a loud thump there. I'm gonna go drive, loud thump, and it says all fifth gear, right? So that's in default. So since I can't do the actuation test, my next will be, let's lift this vehicle up, just inspect the transmission area. Because if I'm thinking that it's a connector issue, I should get a lot of codes there, not only for the D solenoid. And if everything is okay there, we're gonna go to the transmission control module, and then we're gonna do some testing for our solenoids, meaning we can try to apply power there and then check the solenoid operation, or we can try to do the resistance test and compare each solenoid. So let me set up this vehicle and then let's check underneath. Okay, so I remove our undercover. Here's our transmission area here. We're just gonna be doing some visual inspection and see. You can see here on our transfer case, there's got some grease in there. That's not good. Most likely that needs a new transfer case there. Anyway, but that's not our concern. There's a different concern for that. Where's our connector? So our connector is there. This guy. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's our connector. It looks like it's plugged in because I can see the locking tab is in place. Okay, so the only thing I noticed in here is I got some oil residue there and the grease, right? But other than that, everything is clean, right? So now, let's lower this vehicle, locate our transmission control module, and locate our wirings or the circuit that we need to test. Okay, so here's our wiring diagram. We got two fuses there going to our module, three grounds. That's gonna be 71, 73, 74 for our TCM. And here's our solenoids in this part here. So our concern was the D solenoid, L and OD, this guy here. So that's gonna be pin number 2. What we're gonna be checking is, this is the ground here. There's the ground control from the computer, and it's always powered up, right? From the computer too. So we're just gonna do resistance test between pin 2. Well, in this case, we're gonna be on the transmission side, because this is the transmission side. This is from the module side, transmission side. So we're gonna be on the transmission control module area. We're gonna be looking for our pin number 9 and pin number 66. We're gonna measure resistance there, see the value. I know resistance will differ on different types, different range of the temperature, but at least we should be seeing the same, almost the same resistance in all the solenoids, right? And depends on what type of solenoid too. So But at least we got a ballpark for that. So anyway, we're gonna be looking for that pin number 9 and pin number 6 and compare with another solenoid. So this location, I'm just gonna click this C201 component. So this guy here, that's gonna be on your top ahead of the fuse box on the engine room. So we're gonna be working in that area and look for this pin 9 and 66. Okay, because we're front probing this guy, I'm using our terminal tester here. So pin 9 will be, where's our pin 9? Pin 9, so this guy here, there's our pin 9 there. And then pin number 66 is gonna be on the other side of the corner. So this guy here, no, I think it's too big. Let me find another one. Okay, so pin 9, that's gonna be top corner here. And pin 66, again, bottom right corner. Okay, here's our digital meter. Let me put that on the side there. You guys can see that meter. Okay, you can see that 0 to 0. So right now we're testing from the harness because everything is plugged in. That's going to our valve body to the transmission, right? So we got 0 there. That's not good. That's short. Okay, now I'm gonna go for another solenoid. So pin 9, 66. I'm gonna go for a pin 9 and 7. So 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. So what we did was connect from here, pin 66 and pin 9. We got 0 ohms there. I don't think that's supposed to be 0 ohms. And now I'm just gonna move our pin 9 probe and go to 5, 7, 8 because that's all the same pack of solenoids, right? So we're gonna try and see how what's the resistance value in there. Okay, so pin 9 was our 4D or 4 or D solenoid. I'm gonna go pin 9, 5, 7, 8. It says 5, 7, 8? Yeah, 5, 7, 8. So pin number 9 was there, 7, 8, and 5. So I'm just gonna move this guy, 9, 7. I'm not getting anything there. Why? What this guy? I'm not getting anything there. Am I in the right one? Oh, I'm not getting anything because I'm not hooked up with my meter. Well, ding dong. Okay. Let's go back again. That's pin number 7. As you can see there, our solenoid number there is 4.7. We should be almost like that. That's what I usually expect for that solenoid numbers. Okay. About this number, 4.2. Okay. And we go for number 5. 5 5 ohms, earlier 4.2, right now 5 ohms. So that's our pin number 5. So if I'm gonna go back to our pin number 9, earlier we got 0 ohms. Yeah, we got 0 ohms. So now, that's clearly, that's very clear that we got a resistance issue there on our solenoid. But since the solenoid is inside the valve body with the harness in it, we don't know if that harness is shorted or something. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna unplug that valve connector on the valve body and do the same test in here. If we got 0 resistance on that circuit, meaning our harness is shorted to each other, right? If not, meaning our harness is okay, nothing is short in there. So let's lift this vehicle up again and remove that connector. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, that's the E-shifter or something like that. Here's our, you guys can't see anything. I think I need a pick to release that. Okay, so I hope I can release this guy. I think I need two hands. I need to push that tab and pry on the whole connector. So I'm just gonna let you know, guys. Okay, so I remove our connector there. We're just gonna try to see our pins there. I know we cannot see anything on the transmission side. Maybe I'm gonna grab a mirror and see. So it looks like our female connector, so far it's okay. Now I'm putting a mirror in there. I just want to see our, I don't know, you guys can see anything there. But so far our male pins there, nothing is touching each other, which is a good thing. So let's lower our car again and then measure that pin 66 and pin 9. Okay, so we're back here. We're looking for pin 9 and 66. So I'm on the right. This is pin 9, pin number 66. And so we're gonna go back to our ohm meter. Just your leads again. Right. I'm gonna zero that F1. Okay. 0. So now I should not expect anything if we don't have a short on the harness. So as you can see there, there's nothing, which is a good thing, right? Even with other solenoids, pin number 66, pin 9, I'm gonna go to other ones. I should expect the same thing. Okay. So now we can see that we got a bad solenoid in there, a shorted one. If we want to go further, right, I can reconnect that part of that solenoid or that valve body connector, applied power and ground, right, and then just pulsate it, tack, 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 and we can, you know, see our scope, and we can clearly see on what's really going on our current waveform, right? Let me think about it if I want to do that, but for sure it needs a solenoid. But yeah, let me see how busy I am. If I'm not busy, we can try to do some further testing. But clearly this guy needs a new solenoid. And yeah, we'll see. So I'm just gonna put that connector back in there because there's no other way. It's the only thing that's shorted is the harness that's connected inside the valve body going to the solenoid, right? But if that's shorted, it should also affect with the other solenoid because they're all together. in one pack, right? And as you can see on that, what I call that, on a wiring diagram. So since we have a very, very specific solenoid fault, and we saw in our resistance test, we got a 0 ohms. So yeah, and then maybe we can do some experiment on the waveform and see. Alright guys, so I set up our scope. I'm using the O tool now to power up on the solenoid. Or if you don't have this tool, you can just, put power and just put ground, and you should ever to hear a click. So when I was doing that, because I was just wanna make sure that my setup is correct, so we're the same pin connections, pin 66, pin 9, and all of a sudden my resistance value is okay now. It's not shorted to each other. So let's put that there. You guys can see that. That's 0. So I'm gonna go to our pin 66 and pin 9. And okay, so we got a short right now. That's good. Because earlier I got a resistance, and when I was trying to activate that solenoid D, it was okay. Good. That's good to know. I shorted. Okay. Because earlier it was clicking. It was working normally. So right now, that's good to know. Now we're gonna do is we're gonna activate this solenoid, right? So let me just set this up. Where's my other connection? Okay. So I'm just using jumper wires so that I can put in our tool here. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hook this up, our tool itself. I'm gonna go to a testing here. I know I use an injector there, but it's the same. It's a solenoid. Injector is a solenoid. So now we're gonna go for our power. Let's power here. And the other one is ground. Okay. So I'm gonna activate right now pin number 9 and 66. I'm gonna play our scope. So right now nothing is happening. My scope is running there. So my scope is running there right now. Nothing is happening. I'm activating that guy. So I'm gonna change this. Let me stop this first. I'm gonna go to our pin 7. Okay, wait, because I'm not hooked up. Okay, so we're doing a current waveform. So I'm gonna do the same pin 99. I was not hooked up. So we got something in there, right? That's our pin 9. So next will be, let me just stop this, play. So that's pin 9. Now I'm gonna move our pin to a good known solenoid. Okay, so let me stop that. And then let's go to our waveform capture here. Let's see if we can see a difference. So this is our problem solenoid. Okay, so in every 1 millivolt is 10 milliamp. So that's 700 milliamp right now. That's for our problem solenoid. Now we will go to our good known solenoid. Okay, so this one more or less 700 milliamps, right? If I'm gonna zoom in more, I don't know if you guys can see that. So if I'm gonna go zoom in more, I can see there's a hump there. I know it's not too obvious. Let me adjust this guy. Oops. Okay, so that's how our waveform looks like, a good known cylinder. I'm gonna go to our problem solenoid. Let's see if we can make a distinct or see a difference. Okay, so I don't see any dip, right? There's a dip here, a little bit dip here on this side, but unlike to our good known, okay, we have a ramp here. Okay, let's see our bad. Do we have a ramp there? So do we have a ramp? We have a ramp too on our bad. And let me just adjust this. Do I hear? I don't know if I will hear again that the clicking. Let me try this. Okay. So I'm not hearing anything right now. I don't know why. Earlier I was hearing a clicking. Okay. So let's stop this because it looks like the solar is working again. And we saw that it has a zero resistance there. Let's see again. Okay. Let me just unplug this guy here. Oh, okay, we're not connected. So still our number is 0.1, right? I'm gonna go to our another solenoid. 0.6. Wait, what's going on? Okay, so we're gonna try to measure this. What's happening? That's 0.3, 0.1, 0. It's all shorted now? Why? That's weird. Why is it happening like that? Pin 66. 66 is in the corner. Pin 9. So that's 0. Is it because the engine is cooled down now? You know what? Let me try to warm this up again, because for me, it's like temperature related for that solenoid to go short. Because earlier we got 0 ohms, the rest was 4 something ohms. And then after cooling it down, I get the resistance value on our problem solenoid. And yeah, we can see the current ramp on our scope. But let me just warm this up again. Let's redo our testing, because I think we can see something there. I don't know why we're not seeing anything. And they're all the same, so what do you call that? Readings right now. So let me do that and let's come back. Alright guys, so I went for a second test drive, because after we did our testing, I went for a test drive again for that, because I was hoping that it will fail so we can see the current waveform, because during our testing on our amp clamp to see the current, everything was working normally, and when we did the resistance test again, we get a value for that specific solenoid or concerned solenoid. So I went for a drive again, and here's our concerned solenoid, the D solenoid, right? So far we got some reading there, which is normal, right? So I was really hoping so that we can compare the current waveform. But during our very first testing, we clearly see that the resistance value was 0 ohms compared to that other resistance was 4 ohms or something like that. So as a precautionary for this vehicle, I know it's driving normally right now. I'm still gonna call the shift solenoid and then come back, and we're gonna do the repair for that. But as of right now, 2 test drive, everything's normally working. The shifting is normal and everything, unlike before when I did my first overall check for this, it failed right away and it was an active code. I don't know, maybe when I was unplugging those connectors, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna wait for that part and we'll see.